Hi Aries, welcome to your reading for the month of July. Your cards have been pre-shuffled. I'll be doing a Celtic spread today for the month of July. This is a love tarot card reading. Let's begin. Okay, so the first card is going to be your current situation. We have the Page of Wands. In your challenge, we have the Two of Cups. In your foundation, we have the Two of Pentacles. In the past, we have the Wheel of Fortune. In the Strength, we have the Eight of Cups. In the near future, we have the Ace of Wands. In your advice card, we have the Ten of Swords. In the environment, we have the Priestess. In the hopes and fears, we have the Fool. And finally, in the potential outcome, we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. So I see here that this is more so talking about a something fairly new. It seems like this is a very much new romance. It does seem like it's coming out of something that was longer and then coming into something that's freshly new. So I'll start with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, as the current situation, is someone who is like very inspired. The initial act, the initial passion, the initial spark, the initial attraction, you could describe it as. And to clarify it, we have the Lovers card. So with that being said, I do see here that there was an initial attraction made, and it did cause some type of spark in the meeting of that. For the Two of Cups, we have the Six of Swords. I did see the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck for the original. So clarifying for the Two of Cups, this is just, in my opinion, this is what it's saying, is that you already departed from what wasn't working and what was toxic. And then now you're moving forward and deciding on whether or not if the person that you're talking to now is going to be someone whom you can share what you've learned and share those values, right? Okay. In the foundation, we have the Two of Pentacles, and clarifying that is the Three of Wands. So having the Two of Pentacles is more so saying that you are deciding between, maybe you have different people that you're talking to, maybe you are still deciding if you want to make it into a relationship or if you just want to keep it in the dating stage. But if you are, it looks like you are planning it. You are planning that desire to want to be in a relationship. And then you might be seeing if it pays off or not with that specific person. In the past, we did have the Wheel of Fortune, right? The King of Swords wanting to come out. And in the Wheel of Fortune, it usually does mean that you have been pulled out of a situation where things were not going the right way, and it might have been by very difficult means. I don't want to explain any of those, but it's usually when you're coming out of a bad situation and you're giving a better hand. So the Empress, great. So what this means to me is that in the past, what you're leaving behind is the idea in which you are not enough. The Empress in the past is more so, I mean, in my opinion, this is one side that you can look at it, is that you were departed from the situation to be brought into your Empress state. And another aspect could be that maybe you were married and you have now left your marriage or your wife status or your husband status to be able to, moving on to better things. Maybe there seems to be that there could be like some child or some health situation because usually the Empress means that she's able to be bountiful and fertile. So as the Wheel of Fortune, you may have been feeling like you were not part of that journey for that person, but we'll see. The Eight of Cups in your strength is saying that you did have to walk away, very similar to the challenge, right? The swords, the Six of Swords, is more so saying that you have been through something very tumultuous and you have decided to walk away. However, in the Eight of Cups, it's more so saying that you had a lot of hope about something working out and you had invested so much into this, and it's just that feeling of departure, of not seeing something to the Ten of Cups. So it's having to leave a journey to go for something better, because the next one is the Nine of Cups, and it's the feeling of having made the right choice, because you are better off now. Like sometimes people like to say in a negative way that this is the card of trying to see if the grass is greener, but that's just a thought. That, let's see, the Hierophant. So it seems as if there was a misunderstanding or something you couldn't come to the same conclusion with, and you just had to walk away from that because both of you wanted different things for the relationship. If you are talking to someone new, maybe they don't want to be in a relationship, and that is your cue to go. But it wouldn't be that situation, because the Eight of Cups is very much well invested and having maybe you just got tired of waiting. It seems like you wanted something to keep on going and moving forward, but there was something was very stuck. So you decided to just leave, because in the near future you have the Ace of Wands, which is acting on it and moving forward and having that motivation, because your current situation as the Page of Wands and the Lovers is meaning that you had to make a tough decision in love. Like you just decided that it's not worth it to you. So let's see the Ace of Wands. Okay, the Nine of Wands. I mean, the Nine of Wands to the Ace of Wands, in my opinion, it's more so saying that you are being cautious, maybe being a little bit more like you're hyper vigilant. Your discernment is on point. You are maybe too cautious, but what you got to do is what you got to do. So it just means that you are being cautious as to where you're bringing that passionate energy in. But it seems that you have a good head on your shoulders and you're checking that out. So Ten of Swords in your advice is explained by the Page of Pentacles. So it's saying that something that was taking up a lot of your mental capacity is over. So you can now focus on your money, or focus on something more serious, something that a little bit more stable for you. Okay. The High Priestess is in your environment, and it's being clarified by the Two of Swords. So this is saying that in a moment of indecision, in a moment in which you don't know what to do, to follow your intuition, to follow your gut feeling, because in the end, you have to see what it is going to work for you. Okay. In the hopes and fears, we have the Fool, clarified by the Three of Cups. And that's interesting because the Three of Cups, was it? No. No. Okay, so then the Fool with the Three of Cups, it means that you are willing to put yourself out there and get to meet new people. However, You don't know if getting yourself into the dating scene is going to be successful, but that's what it's all about. Just always remember that it's always worth the journey. And if you are single, try to enjoy your time being single, because when you are in a relationship and hopefully getting into the next steps of that relationship, you're going to not be single again, right? So try to enjoy the time that you are on your own now. Okay, and then finally, your potential outcome is a Seven of Swords, which basically is just saying that you have the upper hand on a certain situation, and it's being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. And that being said, it is showing to me that you will be in a better position than you were in before. Now, if you are thinking about leaving a job or moving, I don't know why I just got that, but if you are moving or getting a new job, I would just double check all of the documents and make sure that everything is double checked, triple checked, because it does seem like your stability is dependent on you being very tactful, being aware of your of everything, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, everything. So let's get you some love cards and see what is your main advice. Okay, your first one is getting to know each other. Okay, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Congrats, that sounds nice. Second card is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And then let go of your control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. This could be a response to what I did see here, because it does seem like you want things to move forward, and maybe in the previous relationship, you just nothing was working. So let's see if let me know in the comments if this is at all relating to you. All right. And then we'll get another message if this reading didn't relate to you. Okay, the Six of Summer, which is also the Six of Cups. Okay, so the Six of Cups has to do with memories. It has to do with flashbacks, nostalgia, looking back at the things that we've been through, what we've learned from, and possibly giving an old relationship another try. But that's not always the case. In the card, it says children or childhood. The return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. I did mention before children here, so if you are trying to have kids, you know, I definitely see that it's a journey. It's a journey, so I am with you and I wish you the best. The next card is the Nine of Swords and Nine of Winter. Unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So this is more so like saying, you know, when you have when you're anxious about something and you're creating some imaginary scenarios, don't let those scenarios like take over your mind and overrule like what is actually going on in reality. You know, just take it easy, and, you know, grounding exercises. Three of Springs also has the Three of Wands. You have the Three of Wands, right? I don't know whose ring I'm confusing you with, but you have the Three of Wands here. It's about planning your journey out and making sure that everything is well. Plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So I am seeing here to be a little more patient, because it does pay off, and to let go of your control issues. All right, Aries. Have a great month of July. I wish you the best. If you need a reading, let me know. Take care.